With how popular content creation has become, I noticed that there are a lot of people who are now looking to get into this as full-time gigs or whatever the case may be. So in today's video, I have gathered 7 things that I've learned in 3 years that have been in the creative industry, working full-time for my channel and for other channels, giving creative contributions and also working directly for the videos that have been put on these channels. So whether it's long form, short form, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever it is, all of these tips are going to help, and I hope you find them helpful. So yeah, let's get to it. The first thing is that it's not an easy job. I don't know who came up with the idea that being a content creator is an easy job, but if you've ever worked in the creative industry or for a content creator, then you know that this job is everything but easy. It requires a lot of time, it requires a lot of attention to detail, and it also requires a lot of confidence. It's not an easy job at all. Even when you become BI, the job even becomes more difficult because the pressure becomes worse and worse to create higher quality content that remains relevant for people to watch. So which brings me to my next point. Don't try to do it all on your own. I've never been an advocate for doing anything on your own. If you watch any of my videos about self-development and all of that, you will see me talking about always trying to get help. Being able to get help is the best thing that can happen to any creator. I've seen a lot of creators who try to do things on their own. They're trying to pump out content daily, weekly, whatever the case may be. I feel like I say that a lot. Anyway, they're trying to pump out content daily and daily and daily, and then they burn out because it's a lot of pressure trying to do these things over and over again without help. So even if it's one person or 2 persons, even if they don't even give direct help, sometimes all you need is a couple of friends or a support system that helps you to stay focused and keep going, especially at that beginning stage when you're not making anything. At that beginning stage when you're not making anything is usually the worst time, because I can't even explain what that feeling is like. For me, I'm not making any money from content creation yet, but I still make these videos because of certain people that I have in my life who are my support system. Even when I first started making videos and my videos look like absolute nonsense. So yeah, you need to have people like that who will support you, because not everybody will understand what you're trying to achieve. The next thing is to create a form of consistency. Now, this one is the biggest problem for any creator at all. Even people who have become bigger, having that form of consistency can be a bit of an issue because of just how difficult it is to come up with high quality content. So try your very best to come up with a form of consistency. This is an advice I think I myself need to take, because I create videos like once in 3 months, but I'm trying to make it like once a month now and see how I can up that pace, over time. But just try and create a form of consistency that keeps you creating. People say that you should not put pressure on yourself until you've made 100 bad videos, but just make sure that as you're making these 100 bad videos, each bad video is better than the last bad video, because that's how you know that you're growing and you're learning and you're getting better at this thing that you're doing. Now, don't pressure yourself. I know that you're going to see a lot of big creators, you're going to see a lot of people your age doing the things that you want to do and getting to the places that you want to get to. Don't put pressure on yourself. Instead, find a way to be inspired by these things. I read a piece about envy recently. I can't remember where I read that piece, but it was talking about envy, and it says that envy can be transformed into positive energy where you use it as your motivation to, get to that place. I guess that's what they were saying. But yeah, I feel like when you see people that are doing things that you want to do, use that as a form of inspiration and motivation, like a vision board for yourself, for the things that you want to achieve as a creator, the kind of content you want to create. Let me be honest with you, the kind of content I create now is not exactly what I want to create, but it's what I can do at this time, and I know where I'm headed and what I want to do. So when you see these things, don't try to pressure yourself into doing what other people are doing. Do what you can do what you want to do at this time, and let the tide fall in your favor, because I'm pretty sure it will if you stay consistent at it. Next thing is to never stop learning. I mean, I don't think I need to say too much about this one, because if you stop learning, you're going to become irrelevant at some point. Make sure that you're consistently watching the other people who have already excelled in the niche that you're creating in, and that you're learning to see how you can become like them or even better than them. Sometimes I watch videos of people that make the kind of videos that I make, even if there are not a lot of people that make the videos that I make, but like I watch those kind of people, and even the foreign guys too, and I see the things that people do in their videos, and then I also try to see where their video could have been better, and then know how to apply that in my own videos. If there are things I cannot achieve, I write them down and move on to the next thing. But always make sure that you keep learning and you keep evolving. Don't box yourself into one space of knowledge, that you don't expand to see what you're capable of as a creator. Now, this next tip is about all the algorithm tools. There are these algorithm tools like vidIQ, TubeBuddy, and many others that have risen over the years that will tell you, okay, this is exactly what you need to do to make this number of views. This is exactly what you need to do to get this number of subs. While I have to admit that I actually use some of these things on some videos, I don't think you should be completely dependent on them. If you decide to be completely dependent on them, you would lose track of the fact that you're trying to create content for people and not just trying to gather numbers. So don't just be focused on whatever these algorithm tools and these algorithm extensions are telling you. Just make sure that everything you're doing is in the direction of the message and the story that you're trying to tell. And I believe that everything will go well if you do it like that. These things help. Once again, I have to put it out there that these things actually help. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. These things actually help. Just make sure that you don't become the god of the content that you're creating. The next thing is to invest in some production quality. This one is a personal pain point for me because I see some beginner content creators and the quality of their videos, so this thing should be a hate crime against humanity. I'm just joking, but really though, try to invest in some form of production quality, because in as much as people will tell you that gear doesn't matter, the quality of your videos have a way of making people more interested to watch them. Personally, when my videos are poor quality, I do not really enjoy watching them. Most of my poor quality videos from the past, while I watch them for the nostalgic feeling of how it was becoming like when I just started, the quality of those videos don't really, don't really tickle my fancy anymore. But try to invest in some production quality just to make the videos easy on the eye for your audience to watch. Once again, I have said it before on the channel that you don't really have to buy expensive stuff. For a very long time on the channel, I was filming my phone, my Pixel 2 XL, this beat up device here, and it was working for me. Sometimes when I show people the videos I made with this phone, they're like, wow, how is that even possible? So yeah, don't be too carried away by trying to buy expensive stuff, but see what your budget can carry and invest in that and try to make your videos look better. You do not have to have the most expensive things. Once again, you don't need an iPhone 14 cinematic mode to have a good video quality. There are tons and tons of budget gear that you can invest in and turn up the quality of your videos without like breaking the bank for expensive cameras and expensive mics and all that. All this goes without saying though that you can feel free to message me on Instagram or via email with your current situation and the budget that you have, and I'll give my best advice on how to turn up the quality of your videos depending on the space that you have, the money that you have and all that. Please don't message me to ask me for money to buy gear or for gear, because I myself am still a struggling upcoming content creator. But I'll be glad to give you advice on depending on the situation that you are in and how you can make your videos look better even with the little things that you have. Now the final thing I want to talk about, which is not necessarily one of the tips, is to not be afraid to put yourself out there. I think that this is the biggest thing about being a creator, especially in a time when everybody has become so nosy because of how information has become widely, accessible. Please don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't try to be any other person. When I first started making videos, because the person I watched that inspired me to start was Peter McKinnon, and that guy is a caffeine pumped energy machine, and I am not that. I do not have as much energy as Peter McKinnon, and eventually I had to mellow down and come back to something that I am more comfortable with and the style of content that I am more comfortable with. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to be yourself in front of the camera. Let people love you for who you are, because if you show an audience someone else and then eventually become another person, it might affect the way your audience receives you. So don't be, once again, I've repeated it over and over again, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope you're able to implement these tips as you begin your creative journey, and I hope for those who are still considering, I hope you start, because creating content is, as crazy as it is, it's also a lot of fun, and I think that is something that could help you, in the future. Thank you very much for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, like this video so more people see it, the vibes. Please don't forget to subscribe, please. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace.